Alright guys, patch notes are out. I have not seen it yet. I kind of saw this part. I couldn't avoid, scrolling. I couldn't do anything about it. The title's there, or the name's there. So, Old Man Shopkeep, he's the new unit. So, without further ado, let's check it out. I'm going to be reacting to this with you guys. Scroll down. He operates a machine that transfers aura. Remember, this kind of machine doesn't actually exist, or does it? Generates aura over time and will help players put more units on the field. So, he's an elixir collector, it looks like. First thoughts, no. This is bad. In Amity Arena, I think this is bad. In Clash Royale, it was really bad because it was either OP or not worth running. It took a while before they can get the elixir collector right because it was too much cost efficiency. It pays for itself and then it pays some more. It's gonna make rotation decks. Some of the decks I hate seeing the most. The 2-cost, 3-cost decks. The cycle your neon cinders as fast as possible with the White Fang Gunners, Thugs, and Squad. Just over and over. Dropship Mercury. It's going to make those decks a lot stronger because once overtime hits, they're going to be generating 3 to 4 times. I don't know how fast it generates, but it's going to be at least generate 3 times more aura. So if you're not playing this card too, that's what it made Clash Royale into. It made every deck have to run the elixir collector. And so off the top of my head, this is probably not going to be a fun card to face against. It's gonna break the meta again. This might be the meta, and that's speculation, guys. Speculation. Obviously, no one's ran it yet, but I just know rotation decks is gonna have a field day with this. Balance changes. This is why. Ooh, wow, that is a lot. Let's see if I can get Cinder off of that. We initially wanted Zwei to be used to take out soft range targets like Penny at the time, May, or even Sniper Ruby before she got in range. However, we saw over time that Zwei instead was being used to chip away at towers all match long. That is extremely true. We will now be tuning Zwei to be his truest self in sniping ranged units. Yes. Damage to towers, I don't believe it was ever 100% because I should have had my game open while I discuss this. So, attack damage is being buffed. What? He already? Oh, yeah, it's in maintenance. I totally forgot about that. Anyways, I swear Zwei never did 100% damage to towers because my Zwei does like 500 damage right now at level 7, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't do 500 damage when he lands on a tower. Maybe after his landing and then an attack he'll do 500 in total, but so I don't get this 100 to 60%. His movement speed, fastest to fast, that does not matter because you're not using him for traveling. You're using him as a spell cast. Throw him somewhere and that's it. If he moves after his initial landing, that's extra because he's planning to get into a fight right then and there when he lands. If his target doesn't die, he's not meant to really move. Deploy time 1.5 seconds. That's huge. You can miss your targets. Sometimes the target walks out of the range in that 0.5 seconds. Like I remember throwing it at Cinders, at Sniper Rubies, Yangs, and I just casually missed them, just like very slightly missed them. And now they're gonna put a whole 1.5 seconds onto the cast time. They could be long gone. You're gonna have 1.5 seconds to predetermine or pre-predict where the unit's gonna be. Skill damage is nerfed. Skill damage is nerfed on top of skill damage down. This is a huge Zwei nerf. This is huge. I hope. Okay, I don't even know what to say because when they tune cards, they don't go easy on them. They just change everything about the card. They don't like take things slow and say, hey, mate, let's see how this works out. Let's just change everything and we'll fix it in a month or so. Look at Ursa. Look at Ursa. What happened to Ursa? All right, Cinder. Cinder was made to take out units in her aura cost category. Okay. I'm pretty sure when they say that, they mean her spell cast. Or, yeah, her cast. So, after her cast, she's still a great unit. I don't know if they took that into account that they're going to have such a great unit after her spell cast. Deal with swarms, chip away at structures with the help of tanks. However, alongside Zwei, Zender became part of a long-term chip strategy duo which hurt the vulnerability of decks over time. To combat this, we've made it less cost-efficient to use Cinder and increased her retargeting time so she cannot easily eliminate swarms without using her skill. No. Her cast, her cost was fine. She's supposed to be the arrows of Clash Royale, but in Amity Arena. The problem was the unit was too good after the spell cast. Her retarget is now the highest or longest retarget in the game. Even Coco, which used to be the longest, no, which is now the second longest, I think. She also has a 0.2 seconds. So after, let's put it this way: after she kills one baby Deathstalker, it takes almost half a second to target the next baby Deathstalker. She's gonna pause before she targets a new baby Deathstalker. This is horrible. That's her problem is her range, not her damage. 7.5 second range. Just put her at 6.5, so she barely beats other ranged units. I really don't think they're hitting these units where they're needed. Because putting her cost to 4 now gonna make players now want to use her. Not because she's not worth it, like her skill doesn't do enough damage, or her skill just doesn't do what you want it to do. It's just now she's just too expensive. And then as a unit, it's really bad. And Neon Cat, we put her on a diet in the code so that she is no longer classified as a heavy unit, which allowed her to push other units from behind. Also, we reduced her annoying taunt range at her behest. I'm a chatty cat, but I'm not that annoying. Sheesh. This will allow units sufficiently far away from Neon avoid getting taunted. Taunt range 3.5 to 1.5. Unit weight heavy to light. This didn't fix anything. That didn't fix anything. The problem with Neon is once you get taunted, you start walking to her, and she is the nearest target. You still keep following her even after her taunt range. You're out of her taunt range. So you're still technically taunted by her, by the invincible target. And the big problem is that her invincibility lasted too long too. They didn't fix that. Neon is still gonna be one of the most used cards in the game now. That nothing changed for her really. They should have had her invincibility on a shield. Once that shield broke, or the taunt wears off, they should have had her taunt on a shield. That's the best way I can think of to fix it. So shield broken. Now no one's no longer taunted. Now your units could focus Ursa, because Neon Ursa is still a thing unless they nerf Ursa down the line of this list. Because Ursa, Neon as it stands right now, it's a nerf because numbers are smaller, but it's not a nerf. They didn't do anything. Beowulf pack. Again, not really a nerf. So Beowulf pack no longer pushes some units out of the way because now they're lighter. Not really a nerf. They weren't really that big of a problem because Zwei existed. Oh, sorry, I just got the hiccups now. All right, there's not much to talk about in the Beowulf pack, so I'm gonna move on to the Ursa Major because that's a huge one. I'm seeing some small changes. The Ursa was a useless unit for a long time, but with enough retouches became the fearsome building destroyer that is today. This was its actual role in the game, so we cannot adjust it out of existence. However, it is definitely too hard of a target, and we did bring its stats down a bit. With other units getting plenty of changes, we believe the Ursa will be manageable now. By other units getting changes, and making Ursa in a better spot, does that mean other units are going to be able to kill it faster now? What does it mean by that? Because 5% health reduction, that's not a lot. Attack reduction, 1% attack reduction? Are you kidding me? This Ursa Major still does more damage than Beowulf Alpha. Beowulf Alpha has a 1.9 attack speed. Ursa Major has a 1.3 attack speed. So overall, DPS on the Ursa Major is greater than Beowulf Alpha. And remember, he also got that move speed boost way back on the last big patch. So Ursa Major is still a tank. He's still the biggest tank of the game. I don't see a change again. I don't see the nerf. I'm not seeing the nerf that you promised Hans game. I'm not seeing it. All right, let's go to Penny. I did not see who was under Penny. So all right. Once a force to be reckoned with. I don't think she was ever with. Oh wait, Beta. I remember someone saying them talking about Penny and Beta. Her skill did full damage to towers, so maybe that's what they're talking about. With continual additions to the roster, Penny's place has grown smaller in the meta. However, her mechanics are something the game could truly use to increase viability in strategy, so we will be upgrading her to combat ready. Okay, HP increased a little bit. Her attack increased a little bit. Skill dot per tick. That's actually a pretty big change. That's a lot of extra chip damage, but again, they didn't touch what's the real problem of Penny. It's the skill travel time. It takes so long to get there. Cinder has already used her skill. Zwei is already going to be dropping down on her. Because her blades take too long to get to the other side of the map for the strategy or what Penny's meant to do. Tower destroy and hit those other far back enemies. But it takes so long to travel. It takes so long to, get all the ticks in. It's just Penny's a slow unit. It's too slow for this fast-moving meta. Mostly the White Fang cards, because they're so quick, they're gonna be rushing out of the circle. Then you got like the only thing that I could really think of Penny that could really make her shine is using it on AK-130s. But you gotta have another unit already there distracting them, so that makes a 4 cost plus whatever you're using to distract the AK-130s. Maybe your own AK-130s, but that's 9 cost to their 5. So Penny is still, again, they're not buffing the area she needs. She needs a buff in her travel time. That's what, at least that's what I think. That's when I used Penny a lot when I first started. And the biggest problem was the travel time. So many plays are being made already, while yours is just barely getting started with Penny. White Fang Tower. It's not really living up to its name as a building, so we decided to reinforce the architecture to give the White Fangs inside some more protection. White Fang Watchtowers HP increased by 20%. I think that's actually their most spot-on buff they've given so far on this list. The tower was a little weak, but at the same time, I don't think it was that weak. It's because it's a draining. It drains HP as it's on the field, so of course, its HP is not gonna look that long. I mean, look that great because it's just draining by sitting there, even if it's not being attacked. So I don't know if this means it's gonna last longer or if it loses HP percentage per tick, or if this HP buff is gonna also mean that's gonna last out longer. Who knows? Well, but definitely it's gonna be a lot more annoying card. It might be another option against Beowulf Alpha. It can maybe take a hit now. Ribbon Blake. She definitely needed a buff, but let's see what buff she gets. Blake will truly shine now as a teenage faunus ninja cat girl by assassinating units hiding behind tanks. What does that mean? Neon exists. Do you mean throw her behind an Ursa? Neon's behind Ursa, so she's not gonna attack a tank. Oh, she's not gonna be attacking. She's not gonna be hurting Neon because she's hiding. She's getting the units behind the tank. People throw Ribbon Blake at towers. They don't really throw Ribbon Blake at you know, key units in the middle of pack, in the middle of fight. I mean, I'm sure there are some players who can be that, like, meticulous. A whole fight's breaking out, and they'll throw a Ribbon Blake right at, you know, Sniper Ruby. I don't see that happen often. But I don't think she needed a... It's tough to say. I think she was pretty good for her cost. Now at 3 aura, she's definitely up there in stats. Oobleck and Zwei. I'm calling a buff. I know I scrolled up, but I'm calling a buff. And I also called that this was probably the worst legendary of the 3. Let's see. Zwei adjustment affects his partner in this card, but maybe it's a change for the better because Dr. Oobleck Thermos just got a little bit hotter. Skill damage is down, but his attack damage is up. Okay, it lost about 30 damage, 28 damage. But it gained 4 damage. I don't know if that's... It's probably, in the long run, an equal trade. Maybe. I only see Oobleck used against my AK-130s, and they'll save it for the AK-130s. I don't see Oobleck being played more. He's just got a weird spot and a weird type of skill. Weird kind of attack. His skill is good, but past that, the unit itself is not that great. He needed an HP buff because he dies pretty quick. Sun Wukong. This is tough because he is still easy to kill, but his units deal too much damage. So I'm predicting HP buff, damage down. That's what I'm predicting. Okay, not what I thought at all. His clones last 8 seconds from 6 seconds. That's huge. Because Sun Wukong, I've seen players try to take towers and take towers. They actually take towers with just Wukong by itself. Send out the clones, and that's his gimmick. But 8 seconds, that's a long time. Honestly, not the kind of buffs or nerfs I was expecting or hoping for. These are actually really bad changes, in my opinion. The Ursa nerf, that was not a nerf, and everybody was asking for a Ursa nerf. This didn't change anything. The missions in Amity Arena felt too tedious, that's for sure, and felt like they were near impossible to achieve. Quite a few of them, yeah. We always wanted more realistic goals for players to shoot for, so we've decided to make the missions more achievable in a shorter term. Okay, at midnight, all missions refresh. That's the same. Missions unachieved by midnight will disappear and be replaced by new ones. Ooh, I gotta see the rest before I give an opinion on that. Now completing each mission will unlock the next mission up to the 3rd one. So you get one mission, and you have to complete it to get the next one, and complete that one to get the last one, rather than being able to do all 3 at the same time. As you move up in the arenas, the day's missions will grow a bit tougher, but the rewards will scale even harder. Any mission players had already progressed on before the update will disappear, so we will appropriately compensate you. No worries. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't think I like this change. I'd rather just have all 3 missions out on the list at once so they can all be worked on at the same time. I don't like the segregation that they did just now. Lower arena players are given different rewards from higher arena players. It was just... those bonus missions were just on the side, so if he got lucky and had an epic as a reward, I thought that was pretty cool. Now the epics might only be for level Arena 6 and higher players, maybe the Arena 5 and higher players. Probably I'd wager the 6 to 7 if they're gonna be so meticulous and add that segregation. Then I'm pretty sure they're gonna, you know, actually use that segregation and have higher arenas be the only ones to get epics, or a lot higher chance compared to the lower arenas. I don't think I like that. I don't like when games segregate you. It should be just one player base playing together. Getting the same rewards. These are bonus missions. These are not your your crates that you get when you the arena crates for what arena you're in. Those crates get better based on whether you're arena 1 through 9. Arena 1 greater crate I think gives you arena 1 to 3 gives you like 1 epic. Arena 4 to 6 I think gives you 2 epics. 7 to 8 gives you 3 epics. 9 gives you 4 epics. The greater crate. That's understandable because the crates make them money, so, and they cost more as you get higher. But these are missions. These are on the side. They're bonus. They're just you're completing them on your free time. I don't like that they a lot of the things they're doing, that they're making them unlock 1 by 1 up to 3 a day. Because now you might not have the time to or want to do all 3. But if they were all the same, I know, like, play a certain amount of cards while unlocking 300 cards while opening up 15 crates. All 3 of them can be done at the same time. Save yourself some time. But I don't like this change on paper. But it might, unless these missions are extremely easy, then I can go with that. New outfits. Let's check it out. More beacon. Oh, can I actually click on these? More beacon ball outfits released. Whoa. I never realized just how tall these two look compared to her. I'm trying to remember. The white skin, the skater ice? No, the skater ice. Skater Weiss. That was not considered a beacon ball skin, right? So do we still need her? Or does she have her beacon ball skin? I don't think they do. Is that... It doesn't mention that this is Rocky Yang. This is definitely Sniper Ruby. This is definitely Shadow Blake. I don't know if this is Rocky Yang. I'm going to assume it's Rocky Yang because epic. Maybe. Let's see. New emotes. Oh, here we go. Full body Weiss emotes. They're probably going to be locked behind cookies. Cocoa cookies. Potpourri. I don't know what this is, so let's read through it real quick. Thanks to our players on Facebook and Discord, we were able to see a Wild King Taijutsu doing a mad tap dance on Fox's ability in the middle of battle. We are fixing this, so getting hit with Fox's ability make the snake release its prey and wander around confused. That actually makes sense. If it's confused, it should unwrap itself, but whatever. We fixed an issue where Professor Goodwitch's towers were turning invisible when getting shocked mid-summon. I've seen this a lot. I main Goodwitch, so I know I'm gonna say Glinda. I don't ever call her Goodwitch. It's just I saw it here, so I would call her. But yeah, I see this a lot since I main Glinda. Professor Goodwitch's towers would also blow up sometimes when she was displaced and taken out subsequently. We fixed it. Wait, what? Sometimes when she was displaced and then taken out subsequently. Does this mean that the tower will be the tower will not be destroyed when you kill Glinda before it fully summons? Because if so, Glinda just got a lot more OP. That's huge. But if I'm misunderstanding it, unless they mean if you pull Glinda and she's still alive, the tower would sometimes get destroyed even though she was alive. Alright, we scolded all the characters that would hang out inside a structure upon summoning at a precise spot and timing. Yeah, we're looking at you, Miss Adele. I heard that it happened with more than just Coco, so I wish they really mentioned just for curiosity's sake. I wish they listed the characters that could have done it. But most of the time, when companies fix bugs or issues, they sometimes don't reveal all the stuff because they don't want, I guess they don't want players to know. We fixed many of the targeting issues on dashing units. Due to popular demand, we have added a method for players to rewatch the tutorial for the Battle of the Beacon. The only restriction is that due to how the tutorial is triggered, players must have at least one ticket in possession to watch the tutorial. Okay. They didn't mention the Shadow Blake bug. And I know some of you guys know it. The Shadow Blake bug is when you drag Shadow Blake anywhere and she will not go where you told her to go. If I ever see a recording in one of my matches, you know, I'll share it myself. But they did not touch upon that. And that's it. Is this? Oh, there is a bonus. By now, so many of you know to look for this section, so we try to hide it. Did it work? No. Well, since you're here, we love you. Here's a secret. Pomegranate. And as always, each and every one of you in our community gives us the strength to pull through every development phase. We are sorry the plaza's taking so long to finish, but one piece of this month's coming releases was the toughest thing we've created yet. But one piece, and it took all our focus. We hope you're as excited as we are. Thank you so much for your support. Always, RWBY Amity Arena team. Okay. Once again, I am not happy with the patch notes. For the most part, last patch, I pretty much called it. Coco was still bad. Even after the buff, I called she was still going to be bad. I called Ursa. Ursa was going to be broke. And he was broke. I wasn't quite sure about Cinder, but Cinder turned out to be absolutely just a pain to deal with. And then then this patch, they didn't deal with her properly, I think. Neon Cat, I think I might have even mentioned that this card might have been bad because when I read over the notes, I did not catch that she was invincible. I thought she just taunted, and I figured, whoa, a squishy character that taunts? That's going to be easy to deal with. I didn't read that she was invincible. So now, again, they didn't deal with the problem with Neon Cat. All right, let's go. Let me go down the list. Zwei, over-nerfed, over-tuned. Cinder, nerfed in the wrong places. Neon Cat, nerfed in the wrong places. Beowulf, I don't even know what to think of this card. This card is like, what? That was just a random patch note. They changed its weight. Ursa Major, not nerfed enough. His attack speed should have gone down. Not his attack damage. This big number right here, 151 or whatever it's at your levels, I don't think that's the problem. The problem is it's got a 1.3 attack speed for a huge slow-moving tank. That attack speed, coupled with its huge health pool and the amount of resources it takes to finally get him off your tower, he got too many swings in. That was the problem. It reduces attack speed, keep his attack damage. A little bit more on the HP, I feel. He's still the best tank in the game. Penny, buff, but not in the right place. White Fang Tower, buff, but I just didn't really see it needing it, really. It's kind of just there. Ruben Blake, buff, but don't... I don't know, I just don't see it, because she goes for towers. She's mainly for towers. Oobleck, not much change here. It was just... the damage was just switched from skill to attack damage. Oh. Sun, this is going to be huge. Because now, rather than it decay, you're going to have to actually deal with them. You can't just run the clock on them or chip them slowly and let the timer drain the rest of their HP. You're going to have to actually deal with Sun Wukong's clones. And his clones hurt physical units. And actually, they hurt towers too. Because there's 4 units doing 60% of the main body's tower. you're basically being hit by three and a half units if the original body's they're swinging at the tower with the clones. But if they're fighting units, they get their full damage, all 5 of them, and they get it for free because clones cost nothing to the original body if they die. I'm unhappy. I am unhappy. This card probably makes me the most unhappy. And you know what also? Because of the change from 5 aura to 7 aura at the start of a battle, this card can be dropped at the start. This card can be dropped at the start of a battle and already start collecting your aura. And it's probably the best time to play it because double aura is not in effect, so your opponent can't capitalize too hard. But then again, we do have more artillery in this game than we do have in Clash Royale. You have your Zwei, you have your Cinder. What else is artillery? I think just those 2 would be enough to deal with this, so maybe it's not all so bad. That's my thoughts. I want to know your guys' thoughts in the comments. I read all the comments. I reply to the comments, so I want to know what you guys think about the patch today. With that said, leave a like, subscribe, and comment. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.